There's a specific kind of silence that happens after a relationship like that ends. It's not peace. It's not relief. It's the silence of your own mind, replaying every conversation, searching for the exact moment things went wrong, as if finding it would finally make sense of the wreckage. As if somewhere in those thousands of memories, there's a version of you that could have done something differently, said something better, loved a little harder. And none of this would have happened. If you're watching this right now, still doing that, still running the tape back, I want you to stop for a second. Because I need to tell you something you probably haven't let yourself believe yet. It was never about how hard you loved. Let's go back to the beginning. Not because it hurts, though it will. A little. But because you deserve to finally see the pattern clearly. From a distance, with no fog in the way. In the beginning, it didn't feel like danger. It felt like destiny. He noticed things about you nobody else had noticed. He texted good morning and meant it, or seemed to. He talked about the future fast. Faster than felt normal, but you didn't question it. Because for the first time in a long time, someone was choosing you loudly. That's called love bombing. It's not romance moving quickly. It's a foundation being built out of urgency. So that later, when things change, you'll have too much invested to walk away calmly. And things did change. Slowly enough that you didn't notice the shift while it was happening. A joke that stung a little more than it should have. A raised eyebrow when you brought up something that upset you. A conversation where you were suddenly the one apologizing, even though you started the sentence certain you were right. That's the part almost no one talks about. How disorientation feels from the inside. It doesn't feel like manipulation. It feels like confusion. Like maybe you really are too sensitive. Maybe you really do overreact. Maybe you really are the problem. Like he said, more than once, in more than one way. You weren't. You were being slowly, quietly taught to distrust your own perception, so that his version of events would always win. And when you tried to talk about how you felt, really talk, the way you would with someone who loved you fully, something strange happened. The conversation stopped being about your pain. It became about his. He'd shut down, go quiet, disappear into himself for hours, sometimes days, until you were the one comforting him for hurting you. You learned to shrink your needs down to a size that wouldn't inconvenience him. You called it compromise. It wasn't. It was erosion. Somewhere in the middle of all that, you stopped recognizing yourself, the version of you that laughed easily, that had opinions and hobbies and friends who missed you. She got quieter, smaller. Not because you lost yourself by accident, but because loving him safely required less and less of you every single day. And here's the cruelest part of it all, even now. Some part of you misses him. Not because what you had was good, but because your nervous system got used to the chaos. The peace after the storm always felt like love, even though real love was never supposed to require a storm in the first place. If any of this feels familiar, the confusion, the shrinking, the missing someone who hurt you, I need you to hear this clearly. None of it means you were weak. It means you're human, and you love someone who wasn't capable of loving you back the way you deserved. Healing from this isn't about hating him. Hate still keeps him at the center of your story. Healing is about slowly, patiently, giving yourself back the things he took without you noticing. Your certainty, your voice, your right to take up space in your own life. It starts small. Trusting your own memory again, even when no one else confirms it. Letting yourself feel angry without immediately feeling guilty for it. Sitting with silence without needing to fill it with someone else's approval. You are not broken. You are not too much. You were simply too much for someone who was never enough. And one day, maybe not today, maybe not this month, you'll catch yourself laughing at something small, fully, without checking if it's allowed. And in that moment, you'll realize you didn't just survive him. You came back to yourself. If this spoke to something in you, you're not alone in it. There are more people carrying the same silent weight than you'd ever imagine. And healing, real healing, starts with just being seen. So if you needed to hear this today, know that you were seen.